Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to Spoonful of Jelly, where I tackle all the fun things about gardening and bringing back my great-grandparents' homestead to life. So today I wanted to tackle the fun joy topic of food storage for the small family. It's a small families where we have 2, 3, 4 children that are little right now that don't eat much. It's a small family that could be in trouble in the future. I'm not talking doomsday, I'm literally just talking winter. The next 6-7 months, or wherever you live, the weather is going to dip. If you're in wonderful Florida, Texas, Louisiana, places that I've lived before, the winter is not so bad. It is no big deal. However, Texas has been slammed lately. You guys have gotten a ton of ice and you've lost power. But the northern states are used to it. Just because they're used to the weather doesn't mean that they're prepared better than a place that doesn't have such drastic winter weather. The weather in the winter will prevent a family from going outside, especially if the family is sick or has littles. I've learned over the past 12 years to make sure I have what I need to have for 6-7 months as close to me as humanly possible. Do we always make it through winter with every single thing never hitting the store? No. But at least we're not sitting there suffering. And that is what's important. The small family is the one that goes out and grabs a tiny little container of orange juice and it's like, oh, we'll drink this over the next week or 2, and then they go back out to the store. But a large family perhaps will have 4 or 5 gallons of orange juice saying, okay, this will get us through 2 months. See the difference? It doesn't matter the quantity or the size of the container of juice. It's the fact that the small family will go back to the store another 2 weeks or a week, where a larger family who is used to stocking up large quantity, they know they don't have to go back to the store for that item for 2 months. That is the difference. Is your family prepared where they don't need to go out in the store throughout winter? I had my first crazy experience of negative 20-degree weather where my car said, nope, not starting. Don't even think about it. It was so cold that through the long johns, the pants, the snow pants, I sat down in that car seat and I still felt the cold through all that material right to my bones. We're talking freezing cold, guys. Folks in the north, all the way up through Canada, Alaska, they're the only ones that can understand that freezing cold weather. I lived in Hokkaido, Japan. I know what it's like to be frozen to the bones. You want to have what you need as close to home as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my Azure order and give you some ideas of what it's like to be a small family that would typically buy just one item, but yet have more for the future. Okay, so I got a little helper here that's going to point out some items. We have a pound of dried cherries. Do you see it? Yes. Okay, so dried cherries are typically sold in 6-ounce bags, which my family goes through in about 3 to 4 weeks time in oatmeal. So having a pound of this will last us a lot longer than just one little package of 6 ounce. We have 2 bottles of teriyaki. Do you see that, bud? Nope, teriyaki. Please. Yeah, I'll show it in the camera. Gluten-free teriyaki sauce. This goes quite a long way because we use maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. So this will definitely get us through months. I know how to make teriyaki sauce gluten-free by myself. So that is just an extra bonus. All right, this will probably be a better angle. What is that?
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk in a can. We have about 3 cans of it. I will order some more. We typically have about 1 Thai dish a month that has coconut milk in it.
And this is, what's it called again?
That is coconut caramel. Let's see.
Coconut caramel. We are going to eat it when we come back home from the wedding.
Yeah, so we will give this a try soon. Coconut caramel.
What's this now?
He is dairy free, so he needs to try some options, and this is going to be a great one, we hope.
What's this?
Okay, those are canning lids.
Canning lids? Wow.
We're going to give those a try. I never tried Superb canning lids, so we'll give that a go.
And there's bread.
Hold on 1 second. This is maple syrup. We really like the maple syrup from Azure. We're used to getting it from Canada or even tapped locally in Minnesota, so this is a wonderful option if you are further south and have no access to maple trees. This will last us, a good, I think 32 ounces lasts us almost 3 months. That is sesame oil. That's the cooking oil. Let me show.
You pour it on stuff.
Yeah, I'm so glad this is closed. This is 12 ounces. If you know anything about toasted sesame oil, it's really hard to find a 12-ounce bottle. And the price of it did go up. Inflation loving it. But 12 ounces, this, we buy 2 of them a year. I could have brought 2, but we had some items that were ordered that didn't make it. And next time, I will definitely try to get 1 or 2 more.
So this is rice.
That's not rice, but that's yeast.
So this is yeast, and you
to make bread, right?
And make bread like this.
And that's a pack of gluten-free tortilla shells. My husband is gluten-free. Please don't fold that.
And what we got here is
chili powder.
Chili powder and
cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yes. We make our own apple pie spice. And we make our own sweet potato spice or pumpkin pie spice.
The bread.
So that's why we make sure that we have, this is about 4 ounces worth of cinnamon at a time. Chili powder. So chili powder, for some reason, is really hard to find at a consistent taste. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when we get it from some of the big box stores, it is not consistent, and it'll be nice if they can actually label the peppers that are in it to understand why the taste or the color is not consistent. But the Azure chili powder, this is the mild one, is really good, and the color and taste is consistent. I make my own chili powder mix because it's cheaper, and our own taco mix because it's cheaper. Gluten-free taco mix costs so much for this tiny little pouch where I can buy all the ingredients and get like 6 times the amount. Okay, so that's our tiny little haul of items that we picked up from Azure. Like I said, how in the world do small families shop compared to large families? That can trouble the small family, as a lot of times families will say, oh, we need coconut milk for a dish, and they'll go out and buy 1. Unless it's on sale for like 2 for $5 or 2 for $6, then they'll buy 2. Okay? But if you know that your family enjoys a Thai dish every single month, or that you need coconut milk every single week, what is wrong with buying cases of the items you need? Same for the syrup. We have tested and played with how much syrup it takes our families to eat pancakes every single Saturday. It gets boring to me sometimes. Every single Saturday we have eaten pancakes or some sort of pancake item. And so we know that 32 ounces of syrup gets us almost to 3 months worth of syrup. We have some on the deck. We have more coming in the order. So that's how we're able to get it stocked up. Same with the sesame and the teriyaki I already explained, and the dried cherries. Yeast, you can buy those tiny little packets. Yeah, they're cheaper. They're only $1.50. But this will last us a lot longer, and I don't have to keep going back to the store every single month just for yeast. This will take care of us all the way till spring, if not next year. Or next summer, rather. And the same for the seasoning. So a one-time use item or 1 month use item will be the tortillas and this coconut cream. Caramelized coconut. Those 2 items will be gone within 30 days. Everything else on this table is going to be used at least over the next 2 to 3 months. That's the difference. A friend of mine loves grocery shopping, but she has realized it takes up too much time. So all she does is keep an open tab on her computer or phone or whatever to a grocery drop-off or pickup company, and all she does is go in, clicks what she needs that she just ran out of, and then once she hits about $50, they go ahead and deliver. Sometimes she could have deliveries twice a week. Grocery shopping twice a week. And I asked her, don't you want to cut that down? Like, don't you want it just 1 or 2 deliveries a month, let alone 1 or 2 a week? And she said, oh, it's easy, it's convenient. Well, that ease and convenience was a problem when COVID came. And she found herself constantly, week after week after week, putting the same items on the list for it to be rejected because it was not in stock. And so now that we are out of the clear during that whole debacle of food shortages, she went back to that practice. She's a small family with 3 littles. And so her and her husband didn't think it was anything about it until she realized, wow, if I went in the store, I probably could save some money. And I said, yeah, you always could save some money in the store, because sometimes, especially like a Kroger brand, they have deals specifically for the store that you would not get in a food delivery. Sometimes there are mistakes in grocery stores. I absolutely love when they have those mistakes. It was like, oops, we didn't mean to order 10 cases of this particular item. We only wanted 2 cases. So everything of that product gets marked down like crazy. I ended up with 10 pounds of gluten-free spaghetti that way. $1 a box. Can you believe that? $10 for 10 pounds of gluten-free noodles. We were able to eat gluten-free noodles for 6 to 7 months because of that grocery store's mistake. You will not get that deal in a grocery store pickup. Only when you walk through the store and see those little tags. Sorry, the guy is like, the little guy is making a lot of noise right there playing. Another reason why the small family is going to suffer is because they always assume that products are going to be there because they only need 1 or 2. That might be a mistake in the future. As we are experiencing more and more food shortages, more and more food that are just missing, and the more and more you realize that your food doesn't actually come from your state and your country, you start to realize that needing that 1 and 2 is much more difficult than you need. There are reports every month or so that report on exactly what items will be short and how long those items will be short. Do you know that just needing 1 or 2 can actually stress you out because you might see somebody in line with 5 of them? Well, those 5 for that family can last them a couple months, and you brought your 1 and 2 and thought you were good. Get more, put more in your cart, get that home. There are more and more items added to the food shortage list every single month. And right now at fall time, this is harvest time. This is the time of the year that farmers are pulling everything up. They're getting their counts in. They're turning in what they suspected as the summer was growing. And now they have actuals. Our garden, for example, all we really were looking for was 4 or 5 acorn squash. We're happy to say a 7 acorn squash with 2 or 3 that can possibly still grow. The weather's crazy, so we're staying positive. Did you know that not only exceeded my particular expectation, but it's going to feed myself and my parents. They like acorn squash too. So farmers are doing the exact same thing. And as they are finding out, they're short. They thought they would have maybe 5,000 or 6,000 pounds of one item, and they're turning out to only having 2,000 or 3,000 pounds of item. Or they thought they would have 18 tons of something, and they're finding out they only have 6 tons. That will show up in the market. So cautious, our small families. Let's be careful as we are preparing for winter. Learn about exactly what you like to eat and try to get duplicates, triples of those items in your home. Good luck. If you have any questions, throw them down below. I'm pretty sure other people might have some opinions on how to do this. I've been doing this for 12 years and it may be in a manner that other people cannot do. So share with everyone on how exactly to help the small families, because we are the ones that's going to suffer the most when we have 1 or 2 items on the shelf and they're gone that quickly. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay vigilant out there. Love on your garden. And until next time, take care. Bye.
You want to eat one?
So the dried sweet cherries are really good. They're kind of large, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's get this in a jar.